Greetings, everyone. I am Kronos, and today I'm going to be taking a look at iterative statistics in a way that I think is going to be a little bit more interesting for people to follow. I'm going to be talking about specifically games like Super Meat Boy or random chance occurrences that you need to do multiple times, because these things are actually very, very related. What we're going to be talking about is probabilities with low or high outcome chances that we get to do multiple times. And I'm saying I'm going to be talking about Super Meat Boy, but I'm looking at a spreadsheet. Why are we looking at a spreadsheet? Because we're going to be doing math. We're going to talk about the chance that any particular thing can happen. It could be a high chance or a low chance. When we're talking about something like Super Meat Boy is a series of jumps. Each level is a very large number of jumps, many of which aren't actually all that hard. What makes Super Meat Boy difficult is that there are a lot of them, and they get to be pretty finicky. So while most of the jumps aren't necessarily very hard, you do need to time a couple of them pretty closely. And those things can be in close order to one another, and the game thrills in showing you how you messed up. What this means is that at various skill levels, and the skill level changes with players with experience, you will have a chance to fail on each jump. And most of those chances are incredibly low. And so I have set up a spreadsheet here for an example run of a Super Meat Boy level, which has 100 jumps, which is a lot of jumps. I would suspect that many Super Meat Boy levels actually don't have 100 jumps you have to make, but they're probably 50 to 60 jumps long in most cases. This was a long level, so it's a long level, but most of the jumps are going to be easier then. And in fact, the way we have it set up right now is that each of the jumps is a 99% chance to succeed. That is very high. It's not as high as most jumps in Super Meat Boy might actually be. There might actually be a case where most of those jumps are 99.9%. You just never fail those jumps realistically. But even when we say that, the best gamer in the world has the brain fart moment, right? You get to the very beginning of the level, you've just died, and you're ready to start that jump that you've never missed. You've had to replay that level 100 times, and you just freak out and you hit the B button by mistake, and all of a sudden you've jumped to your death unexpectedly. That's your 1% failure rate here on that very first jump that you never miss. That's all that it takes to have a 99% success rate here. What is very interesting about 99% success rates is that they're not really 99%, right? You start out at 99, and if you just link two of those jumps together, well, that's still something you're never going to fail, but you've lowered your success chance by a full percent, basically. You've gone from 99% to 98% and change. And the more that you sequence in, the more you reduce your chances. Each time by less than a percent, but after 100 iterations, you can see that the cumulative success of getting through this level is only 36%, 37%. That is a lot lower, even though on each of those jumps, you never miss, realistically. But having to do them all sequentially, you do. This is iterative probabilities, and this is why something like Super Meat Boy is very difficult, even with lots of practice. Where Super Meat Boy gets really nasty, though, is that they'll have something where it's your 100 jumps, and instead of them all being 99%, well, now we're going to start throwing in a couple of, well, this one's a little bit harder. So we're going to go to 98%. And let's say this one's really hard. You only get this one about 70% of the time. And then there's that middle portion where these two in a row, between the two of them, you miss them very frequently. So let's say this one is a 0.6 and this one's a 0.6. You miss them both about equally. And what you see is that by the end, you get down here, those slight changes to those jumps have changed our end probability from 37% to 9.5%. And the rest of the jumps are still really, really easy. There's only now 2, 3, 4 hard jumps in the entire level, and they're kind of near the beginning even. They're still in the first third of the jumps of the level. This is why we have iterative probabilities. What I also want to do is show off something that I've created in this spreadsheet, which is that I have built in a random function. This is us playing the level randomly. We had a 99% chance to make each of these jumps. Where did we die? Well, we're going to die in this point a lot. How am I going to play different runs? I'll show you in just a second. But if at any point, just as I had at the very beginning here, it says success with 3 exclamation points here, it means we've made it to the end. We've completed the level. So let's see how many times we have to go. We know that we have about a 10% chance of doing this, so I might have to do it 10 times. That would be average. But I might have to do it 100 times, or I could get it on the first try. How are we going to re-roll the numbers? The spreadsheet will re-enter new random numbers each time I make a change to the spreadsheet. You've already seen this happening once or twice as I've entered those changes to the percentages. We say here, this is try 1. Nope, we didn't even make it past the easy jumps. We died on the 5th jump. And that will happen. Well, we made it to the 19th jump. We got past the one that was a little bit harder, but we didn't make it to the really hard ones yet. Okay, we made it to the hard ones, but we died after the first hard one. We got those spinny blades in the middle of the level. They got us again. Yep, same thing. They got it right that same spot. Always that spot. We'll get past it this time for sure. Oh, no, we didn't. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Come on, we got to get past this. It can't be that hard, right? We know this game. We're good at platformers. So yeah, we got past it, but we didn't make it all the way. Where did we die? Where did we die? Where did we die? Oh, we were getting so close. We could see the end. The end was in sight. The end was in sight. We got all the way to the 92nd one. Oh, it feels so bad. Now we have to try again. Oh, we died right at the very beginning. We're so frustrated. Doesn't this feel exactly like playing Super Meat Boy? So frustrating. We know this now. We know what the level's like. Why are we still messing up on these easy jumps? Oh, those sliders in the middle, they're always so hard. Well, at some point down the end, we still died. A 99% jump. One of these that we're supposed to get every single time. The blood isn't supposed to spill there. And the blood spilling on Super Meat Boy, those levels, is actually part of what's so cool about it, because it shows you where those errors are happening. You see frequently, this area is just coated in blood right now. But over time, these other ones, these 99%ers start to pick them up too. And you're like, oh, those are tougher than I realized. I'm not going to scroll down all the way to the end. We're just going to keep iterating until we get to the success. See how many times. We're already over our expected roll, right? It was 9% chance. So we're at the 9% chance right now. We still haven't hit it. We've been unlucky with our probabilities because we're playing a game of probabilities. And realistically, we could keep doing this forever. There is absolutely no guarantee that we will ever succeed, no matter how skilled we are. We missed that very first jump, look at that. Even though we are very skilled, we're so skilled that we jump past most of these at 99% of the time. It's just not happening for us. We keep going, we keep going, we keep going, we bust our head against it, and eventually we're through. I don't know if I mistyped it 25 and I got to 26. Either way, 25 or 26 attempts, which is roughly 2.5, 3 times as many as you might expect in a probabilistic sense. That is entirely normal. And that is why iterative properties of probabilities are so important. That's the Super Meat Boy example.